Dawn of light, lying between a silence and souled sources, chased amid fusions of wonder, in moments hardly seen, forgotten, colored in pastures of chance dancing leaves cast spells of challenge, amused but real in thought, we fled from the sea whole. So that was the opening sequence from The Revealing Science of God, the first song on Yes's Tales from Topographic Oceans. I am writing my prog rock masterpiece, and so I'm going to talk about prog rock lyrics. And I think there are two big opportunities with prog rock lyrics. One being the songs are long, and therefore you've got lots of opportunity to talk about a more expansive subject than a 3-minute song. The second thing is that the lyrics tend to draw heavily on the old poetic license, meaning that they can be broadly interpreted. Which in my mind is great. This is, after all, not an instruction manual of how to put together your Swedish beach chair. These are lyrics, and they're artistic, and they're poetic, and they are meant to be expressive. And because we all live our unique lives, if you leave wiggle room for the person who's listening to it to interpret what it actually says, it means they can apply the things in their lives that they have found meaning in to the lyrics that you have written, where you are trying to convey meaning from what you've learned in your life. Which, if all works well, you have a meeting point between what you intended and what the person interprets, and we have something that then we have this common ground of which a meaning, emotion can be conveyed from the song and the intentions of the writer, and then intersect and connect with the experiences of the listener. If I've written something that can only be interpreted in one specific way, then there is only one way it can be interpreted. And if that doesn't relate to your experiences, you won't get as much from it. Somebody writes a song that says, "Isn't it a pain in the neck to straighten all the curls out of your afro?" This guy will go like, "I'll take your word for it, but I don't really have any experience." So if one could say another lyric that says, "Oh, my hair is really bothering me because I have some innate dissatisfaction with it," maybe that person with the afro would say like, "Yeah, I'd straighten it out, it's a pain in the ass." A guy like me would go like, "Yeah, you get this receding stuff and then it gets all thin out there and flops around, looks stupid." Because the lyric was left open, those two interpretations, if they're both acceptable, then more people get something out of it. But you got to be careful when using your poetic license because you can get all sorts of grief. For instance, here's mine. Ah, crap, it's expired. Oh, anyway, you can get all sorts of crap. Take the famous lyric from Led Zeppelin. "If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. It's just a spring clean from the May Queen." I don't have any problem with that lyric. It has a provocative image. It works fine. But people spent lots of time going, "Oh my God, I don't understand what this means." And once again, not a manual for your Swedish beach chair guys. Other people can write some pretty odd stuff and get no flack with it whatsoever and be called geniuses. Paul Simon in For Emily, Wherever I Might Find Her. "What a dream I had, pressed in organdy, clothed in crinoline of smoky burgundy, softer than the rain." Now, before we go any farther, the image is perfect. We have a dream in a frilly dress that's soft. The color is burgundy. We evoke rain to this image. It floats by. The delivery from Art Garfunkel is absolutely perfect. It washes by you. You have an impression it works. But organdy? Do you know what organdy is? If you're looking on your phone right now, that means no. No, you don't know something if you have to Google it. I had to Google it. I had no idea. I've listened to the song for decades, and it's frilly. It's a cloth made for frilly dresses. It's stiffened and it's got waves, and I'm sure you've seen such a thing. It just adds a lot of volume. So you got a dream, and you've pressed it in organdy. So I'm thinking, like, if I get a flower and I press it in a book, I put the flower in there, the book provides pressure on the flower, and we have a pressed flower. A book is made in a binder's press. Printmaking is made in a press. It's something that pushes on something. Is the organdy you're getting pressed in frilly dresses? I don't know. But he doesn't get any grief about that particular lyric in the same way that that Led Zeppelin lyric does. And Softer Than the Rain, well, we've got another great American lyricist who has a song about hard rain gonna fall. So certainly when we're talking about a soft rain, it's not one of those things you typically get up in the lee side of the mountains when, you know, the orographic flow comes off and you're getting hit by cold water droplets at 70 miles an hour that leave little red dents on your face. That's why having your lyrics open to interpretation, if there is enough room in there so you can interpret it in the way that you want to, that works in your head, you have a more successful lyric than something that's forcing people into a narrow slot and you can only interpret it in one way. And that's why Preston organdy works, because it's a dream. We have organdy, it's the color of burgundy, it's soft, there's this crinoline dress, we got some rain in there. What does that all mean? I don't care. It provides an image and off you go. So me, I'm writing my 3 songs for my big prog rock masterpiece, Mind, Observation, and Reality. Got the first 2 kind of done. I'm working on the 3rd one right now. And I'm trying to hit that balance between saying enough of what I want to say so that when you interpret what I'm saying, we're going to be more or less on the same page without making it so exact that you aren't able to put your life experience into what I'm trying to say. I would love to write something as clever as chased amid fusions of wonder. I think that's just a great line. I'm probably too literal to pull it off because that level of obscurity, while still guiding you in a certain direction or emotional framework, is pretty hard to do. And I will probably be more literally interpretable than that. But you'll just have to see. And I think given that on the last one, Reality, I'm just at the point of framing it out, I'll go through that process and put it up here. And you can kind of see how that involves. So that's what I'm doing in the musical world right now. See ya.